What do we talk about first? The date. What's the date today? Monday, the 17th of January. The lesson today is for Let's Go. We're going to do a little bit with page 49 in your workbook, page 51, page 51 in your student book. Okay, good morning, everyone. The English word for today, we're going to pick two words, is or are. Now remember, on page 49, we're talking about one something or more than one something. And they're using is or are, or theirs or their.
Good morning, kids.
Okay. The sentence for today is when there's one, are when there's more than one. Okay, is when there's one, are when there's more than one. All right, let's talk about right here the vocabulary. Single. Single means one. Plural. Plural is two or more than one. 3, 4, 5. Doesn't matter how many, but more than one. Things in the classroom. We're going to do that with flashcards today. And then you can count how many things we have in our classroom. Count. If you're looking for how many, you have to count. Counting is looking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So counting how many trees, how many puddles, how many flowers, how many tables, how many people, right? Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Now let's talk about present today, past yesterday, future tomorrow. Now remember, we said the date today. Present is now. Today is what day? What day is today? Monday. Today is Monday. Past. Past was before now. Yesterday was Sunday. Sunday comes before Monday. Future will be after now. Will be. That means not here yet. Tomorrow will be Tuesday. Tuesday comes after Monday. Sunday is before Monday. Okay? All right.
ขณะวันนาวันเกิดพี่จานซื้อเยอะซื้อเยอะ
Okay, who remembers our classroom? You remember our classroom?
เด็กๆปิดไมค์นะคะ มันรบกวนเสียง
In
มัน
my
แทรกนะคะลู
classroom,
ก
we have things. Okay? We have things. What are these things? A blackboard. In our classroom, we have a whiteboard. Books. Books. More than one, add S. Books. We're going to talk more about that when we get to page 49. Globe. Globe. We have a globe in our classroom. Map. Map. Ruler. Ruler. Ruler to help you. Ruler can help you with many things. A school bag where you keep your books and your ruler. Okay, school bag. Chair. Chair, everybody has a chair. Crayon. Now, I don't know if you use crayons or colored pencil, but I think everybody has crayons too. Notebook. You have a notebook for every subject. Paper for a worksheet, homework. Scissors. Scissors you can use to cut paper. A desk. Everybody has a desk. Everyone has a desk. Eraser. Eraser. We're going to talk more about erasers later. A pen. Pen. A pencil. A pencil. A table. Teacher Chris, I have a table. And the whiteboard. The whiteboard. Okay, those are the things you'll find in the class. Now, if you want, let's go to page 49 in our workbook. And let's talk about what we're going to talk about here. Listen carefully. It says, number one, there are 5 flowers. There are 5 flowers. Now, R is telling us there's more than one. There's 5. If you look at the picture, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers. Okay. Now, number 2, it says theirs. Okay, theirs. Well, that's like saying, and I'll write it right here. There
อ่ะ
is.
เปิดมาหน้า49นะคะ
Okay,
Book
there
number.
are more than one. There is one tree. Theirs is the same thing as there is. So when you use the word is, there's one. So there is one tree. There are 5 flowers. Now, what could you write here in number 3? There is, there are. Find something else in the picture that you can use there are or there is and make a sentence. So let's pick the clouds. Okay, let's pick the clouds. How would you write that? How many clouds are there? Count. 1, 2, 3. So if there's more than one, it's are. So you would write on line number 3, there are 3 clouds. There are 3 clouds. Okay, we've probably done this before, but I want you guys to remember about is and are. Is and are. Theirs is the same thing as saying there is. Okay, there is one tree. There are 5 flowers. There are 3 clouds. And what else can you say? Number 4, what else is in the picture? We have a tree, we have clouds, we have flowers, and we have a puddle. Remember, from the other pages that we worked on, this is a puddle. It's standing still water from rain, could be from the dew. Okay, so number 4 is one puddle. So how would you say that? There are one puddle or there is one puddle? There is, just like theirs. So instead of theirs, you can write there is. There is one puddle. Okay, there is one puddle. This is using the words is or are. Remember, 1, there are 5 flowers. So we count how many flowers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 2, there's one tree. If you look at the picture, there is one tree. Remember, 1 is. There is one tree. And the clouds, there are 1, 2, 3 clouds. Are for more than one. Okay, are for more than one. So let's look at this a little bit closer when we get down here. Number one, let's read this. They're asking a question. So we look at the picture. It says, how many books are there? How many books are there? And then you look at the picture, there's 1, 2, 3. There are 3 books. Not there is, not theirs, but there are 3 books, more than one. Okay, now look at this. They're asking you to fill in the blank for the question and the answer. Okay, so they showed you, number one, how to ask the question. How many books are there? Right? So what they want to know on number 2 is how many pens are there? So you can write in here how many. How many? How many pens are there? So if you look at the picture and there's more than one, how do you fill in the answer? There is 2 pens, or there are 2 pens. Okay, the correct way to say that is there are 2 pens. There are 2 pens. Okay. The next picture, I believe there's only 1. So let's ask the question. How many computers are there? They're asking how many computers are there? And there's, or let's fix this. There is theirs is the same as saying there is. So there's how many computers? There's one computer. Right? There's one computer. Number 4, it's another question. They want to know how many erasers are there?
ไม่ทันครับ
How many? Morning, Posh.
Good morning พี่สุ
How many erasers are there? How do you answer that question? There's more than one. So look at the ones where you have more than one. How many books are there? There are 3 books. How many pens are there? There are 2 pens, more than one. How many computers are there? There is 1 computer. Use the word is, not are. Okay. How many erasers are there? If you look at the picture, there's 1, 2, 3. It's more than 1. It's more than 1. So there are 3 erasers. Okay, how many erasers are there? There are 3 erasers. Now, in your notebook, I would like you to look at page 51. Okay. Look at page 51. Let's look at some things on this picture. We have a cloud or a puddle. We have a flower. we have trees, we have clouds, crayon, a book, a ball, and a bat. Okay? Now, what I'd like you to do in your notebook, write a sentence asking a question and giving the answer. How many, number one, how many are these? What are these? Trees. So number one, how many trees are there? And then you just count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 trees. So in your notebook, you would write those things down. Let's see, comment, typewriter, here. The question, how many are there? How many something? Number one, how many trees? Number two, what's number two? So for number one, you would write how many trees are there? And the answer, number one, there are 8 trees. So write that in your notebook. We're going to make sentences for every one of these pictures. It says number one, number two, number three, number four, number five, number six, number seven, number 8. Okay, so write those things down in your notebook. How many, what's number two? How many clouds, right? Clouds. Number two is a cloud. So you would write down for number two, how many clouds are there? There are 1, 2, 3 clouds. There are 3 clouds. Okay. So number one, trees. Number two, clouds. Number three is what? A puddle. Just like written on the top of your page here, there is one puddle. So let's look at number three. There's how many? Count. 1. So now for number three, you would say, how many puddles are there? There is one puddle. You won't use the word are because there's only one. For one, you use is. More than one, use the word are. Okay. Number 4 is going to be the question. How many flowers are there? How many flowers are there? Write that in your notebook. How many flowers are there? And then count the flowers. Remember, count is one of the vocabulary words. So counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 flowers. So how many flowers are there? There are 7 flowers. Not there is, there are. Number 5. Okay, number 5. How many books are there? So write that down in your notebook. Number 5, books. How many books are there? There are 1, 2 books. There are 2 books. Number 6. How many balls are there? How many balls are there? This is a ball, right? So how many balls are there? There is, because there's only one, there is 1 ball. Okay, there is 1 ball. Number 7 is the crayons on the table. So you'd ask, how many crayons are there? How many crayons are there? So count. This is time to count. Asking how many, you have to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 crayons. There are 5 crayons. Okay. The last number is number 8, and it's a bat. Bat. And there's 1 bat. So the question, how many bats are there? There is 1 bat. There is 1 bat. Okay. Now I want you to look at the picture and see how many other things you can count. Okay. I'll give you an idea. There's a kite. There's bicycles. There's girls. There's paper. There's a table. So you can ask the question, how many? How many kites are there? How many bicycles are there? How many tables are there? How much paper is there? How many papers are there? Right? So you got a lot of questions you can ask looking at this picture. Let me see your notebook when you come back to school, but try to write those words. How many are there? Something. How many something? How many flowers? How many trees? And then there are, if it's more than 1, there is, if it's only 1. Okay. All right, guys, that's our Let's Go lesson for today. Go ahead and write down as many sentences as you can looking at this picture and see if you can use the words, how many are there? And there are or there is. There are or there is. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, BM. I'll see you again tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
See you again tomorrow. Have fun today.